What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I just finished watching the Wuthering Waves 2.3 anniversary live stream. If you guys want to see my uncut raw reaction to the anniversary live stream, you can go ahead and see it in my YouTube channel. You guys can just go to live stream category and it's right there. But I was thinking about, should I upload my live stream and make it like a video, or should I just like make a video explaining how I feel about the anniversary patch and my thoughts and whatever? I think this is better. Okay, I think this is better. I know I told my chat I was going to upload the VOD, but I think it's better for me to just summarize how I feel and explain the problems, like what's going on with the anniversary patch. So first things first, okay? First things first, I want to make it clear. I want to make this clear, and I just want to get right down into business. These leakers, all right? These leakers are a problem. And I think we can all agree after watching this live stream that the main people that we should be blaming here are these leakers. Of course, Kuril as well. We expected Kuril to deliver when it comes to the rewards in this patch, and they failed to deliver. But leakers, guys, the amount of free 5-star Chacona, free 5-star selector, the amount of times I've seen that in my YouTube home recommendation page, whenever I would scroll, right? I'm on my phone. Let's say before I go to work or before I'm, running an errand, I would just get on YouTube to see what's going on. I'm scrolling. I see free 5-star Chacona. She's going to be a free 5-star character. And when I would upload videos on Woowa, I would always get people in the comment section saying, oh, we're going to get Chacona for free. She's going to be very good with Arrow Rover, right? I got that multiple times. So it got to a point where I was like, all right, if people are spamming this, then it's probably going to happen, right? It's probably going to happen. And now it's like the fact that so many leaks, so many people saying there's going to be a free 5-star selector, free Chacona and all this nonsense. Now a lot of people are expecting Kuro to give us a free 5-star unit, a free 5-star character, a free 5-star Chacona. Everybody was expecting that. And when Kuro didn't do it, a lot of people were disappointed. Like, a lot of people came into my chat, they were mad, which is, rightfully so. It's understandable. But at the same time, it's these leakers, man. These leakers, if they just simply stop spamming these clickbait titles, these clickbait thumbnails, right? Misinformation, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be disappointed because a lot of people wouldn't expect developers to give us a free 5-star Chacona, right? But when it comes to rewards in general, like the main issue that a lot of people have with this anniversary patch are the rewards. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say this: the rewards are mid. Like, let's be honest, guys. There's no opinion when it comes to this. It's just facts. The rewards are just mid, and we're only talking about the rewards. We're not talking about the content and the optimizations. We're talking about the rewards specifically. It is extremely mid. At first, I thought we were getting 30 pulls or 40 pulls, but it seems like we're only getting 25 pulls. That's what people are telling me. We're only getting 25. The 10 extra pull is for returning players. So if you've been playing the game for a very long time, you're only getting 25 pulls. So all you're getting from this anniversary patch is 25 pulls, a new glider skin, and a title card. And that's pretty much it, I think. I think there's more, but that's literally like the main thing we're pretty much going to get when it comes to the anniversary patch. Now, I will say for the new skins, the Chun-Li skin and the Carlotta skin, they look pretty cool, man. And the fact that I do have Chun-Li, I ain't gonna lie, man, that Chun-Li skin looked kind of fire. So there were some, there were some good things in this update, this anniversary update, when it comes to that the cube event with the characters. I think that's pretty cool. There's also a co-op event as well. It looks really nice. The fact that you can like play with these cubes, I think it's cute. It's adorable. It's whatever. I think Elusive Realm, they're updating Elusive Realm when it comes to optimization. Now, when it comes to the main stat part, okay? Now, them letting us select our own main stat, cool, but what if the substats are trash? Like, if the substats are trash, then the piece is just useless overall. You know what I'm saying? So, I will say for the main stat selector, it's really not that big of a deal, because the substats, you can't really select which substat you want. Like, at least let us select 2 substats we want, or at least 1. But the fact that they just said, hey, you can select your own main stat, but the substats can be straight garbage, it's pretty, yeah, it's pretty mid. It's pretty mid. But I think they are going to give us a lot of that, those tickets that allows you to switch or change the main stat for that echo, which is, I guess that's fine. But still, though, the fact that you can't change the sub stat is still kind of questionable. You know, it's like, it's kind of weird. It's really not that good. They didn't address Echo EXP. That's one of the main things a lot of people complain about, including me, when it comes to Echo EXP. When it comes to tuners, like, they didn't address that, so that was honestly a disappointment. When it comes to the 120 FPS, that's nice. I think that's really good. You know, pretty much making the game more, making the game function a lot better for mobile players is really good as well. Like, can't nobody say that that's not good, and can't nobody dump on that. Like, it's good, the fact that they're optimizing the game so that everybody can actually enjoy the game. Doesn't matter which console you're playing. It doesn't matter if you're playing on PC, PlayStation, or mobile. Doesn't matter which device you're using. As long as you're playing the game, you can enjoy it, of course. So I think that's really, really nice. They also didn't address one of the main problems we all had with the game, which is them not letting us fly in other regions. You know, some people are saying, you know, the reason why it's not happening is because of lore and blah blah blah, whatever. But this is still a huge concern because, you know, them not letting us fly in the version 1.x region, it is annoying, man. That's why a lot of people like me, we don't even want to explore the 1.x region, because the exploration is cool, right? When it comes to WoW's exploration, it's fine. The base exploration is really quick, but at the same time, if I can fly in Renacita, you know, why can't I just fly in this region too? You know, so it's like they didn't talk about that, and that's what we were all hoping for, and it's really unfortunate. Now, there are some segments in the live stream where, like, you know, the developers, like, guys, there's no bias here, okay? There is no bias here. I cannot stand when they talk about the story in these live streams. Why are you talking about something that we can experience in the game? This is something that I can't, this is something that I complain about when it comes to HSR, how HSR, they spend 10 to 15 minutes talking about the story, and we're like, bro, you guys are wasting all this time when we can experience the story in game. They did the same thing here. They spent a lot of time talking about Chakona's companion story. They did the same thing for Zani. Like, they did spend a lot of time, you know, getting off track, talking about the story when we can experience the story in the game. So yeah, that part was really annoying, and I just can't stand, you know, when they do that in these live streams. It's just annoying overall. But other than that, yeah, I think the main thing that a lot of people are focusing on when it comes to the anniversary patch is the rewards. Now, of course, you can say that if you're going to dump on the entire update simply because they didn't give us a free 5-star character, you know, you can't say that's disingenuous. You can't say that. But at the same time, you know, this is a gacha game, and when you take a look at other games like Hoyoverse, you know, a lot of people are expecting Kuro. Like, the fact that they gave us a free Zhang Liao, like, they gave us a free 5-star character outside of an anniversary patch, right? And that's one of the main things I like. That's one of the main points I'm bringing here. It's like, if they can give us a free Zhang Liao, a free 5-star character outside of an anniversary patch, right? Why can't they do the same thing in an anniversary update? Why can't they give us another 5-star character in an anniversary patch? Why can't they give us a free Chakona? Now, some people would say, you know, a free 5-star standard selector, like, that's really not going to benefit anybody, to be honest, especially if you've been playing the game for a long time, because most of these 5-star standard characters are pretty trash, and the only one that's actually pretty good is Verena. So that's also a fair point as well. And that's why the free Chakona, everybody was excited for the free Chakona, because she was actually going to be very good. The fact that she can inflict a spectral frazzle is going to be very nice for Arrow Rover. You know, like, stuff like that. A lot of people are looking forward to that. And the fact that the devs didn't deliver, the fact that they didn't give us the free Chakona, that's what's making a lot of people disappointed about this anniversary update, you know? And you know, when we take a look at HSR, how they gave us a free Doctor Ratio, you know, a lot of people are saying Genshin could never and all that. And since they gave us a free Zhang Liao, I feel like we will, like, okay, if we were to compare this to Genshin, I hate doing this, but if we were to compare this to Genshin, it took Genshin 5 years to give their players a free 5-star character. Meanwhile, for Wuthering Waves, it took them, like, what, 3 months, 2 months to give their players a free 5-star character. So I think, you know, if we were to compare these, like the whole reward situation with Wuwa and their anniversary patch to these other games, I think it's not as bad compared to these other games. But the fact that it is still an anniversary update, it is extremely mid. And let's talk about the rerun banners. Yes, the rerun banners. They put 10 rerun banners, guys. Yes, 10 rerun banners. And what's even worse is the fact that you can lose 50-50 on these rerun banners. It's just not good, man. It's not good. Of course, for the weapon banner, it's 100% guaranteed. You're not losing 50-50 on that, which is good. But at the same time, when it comes to the character, you're losing 50-50 on the character banner, which just sucks. It's just terrible. And the fact that they're giving us 20 pulls, right? 25 pulls. Like, how are you guys going to give us 25 pulls, but you're spamming 10 rerun banners at the same time? It's like, that's just a little bit too much, you know? It's a little bit too much. So I will say the 10 rerun banner thing, I'm not a huge fan of that. You know, HSR did something very similar. There, I think it was 6 rerun banners in total, right? I think it was 6. So, you know, this one is even, I wouldn't say it's even worse, because now you can, like, okay, if you didn't have Carlotta, you didn't have Jinxie, you can now summon for them, which is nice. But if they wanted to do this, they can do 2 things. One, give us more pulls, right? At least 40 pulls, okay? At least 40 pulls. Or they can let us get the character that we're summoning for, the rerun character, 100% guaranteed. I think that would have been fine. And I think a lot of people would like this if they let us get the character guaranteed and there is no 50-50. I would honestly like that. That would be a huge W, right? They spam all these rerun banners and you get them guaranteed. That would be really nice. But the fact that it's 50-50, it's like, you know, would you really risk pulling for a rerun unit, right, and lose the 50-50 and get a standard character? Like, would you really do that? You know, so, and the fact that Zani is coming too, is like, you already know a lot of people are going to summon for Zani. So it's really just like a tough situation overall. It really is, man. They're like, those rerun banners are really, really nice. Gion, Carlotta, Chun-Li, Jaja, so many good characters, and you can still lose 50-50. So I will say for that part right there, nah, I'm not liking it. I don't like that part. I don't like that part. The 10 rerun banner and you losing 50-50. I don't like that part. But I also wanted to talk about how, like, the Wuwa devs, they hyped up this live stream to the point where they're like, yo, there's gonna be a lot of, you know, amazing things going on in this anniversary update, like in this anniversary live stream, to the point where they literally dropped a teaser before the anniversary live stream. They literally dropped the teaser and everybody's like, yo, what are they cooking? What are they doing? So for them to hype up this live stream so much and for the rewards to be so, like, mid, it is disappointing. It really is, guys. It really is disappointing. But don't get me wrong, though. Okay, don't get me wrong. The Cyberpunk collaboration, that's a W. Okay, that is actually a W. It is coming 2026, which is pretty far away, but it's still a W how we're already getting a collaboration with, you know, a huge game like Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Like, come on, man. That's really, really dope, man. Like, getting a collab with Cyberpunk is a huge W. It can pretty much expand the game, expand the community, and a whole lot of you know, Cyberpunk enjoyers are now going to play Wuthering Waves because of this new collaboration. So I would say this collab is definitely a W, and it is a positive for the game, and it's definitely going to make them a lot of money for sure. So I'm excited for that collab. That collab is really, really good overall. But I think we pretty much covered, like, the main things people were talking about when it comes to the anniversary update. The rewards being mid, when it comes to, you know, skins, the cube event, you know, when it comes to the collaboration, optimization. I think we covered everything. And yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. A lot of people in my chat were saying that they gave it a 4 out of 10. Some people were really, really mad. Some people were disappointed. Some people were saying that it's fine because you know, the update overall is good when you take out the rewards. And I think that's a fair take to say that the update overall is fine, excluding the rewards. But if you're saying that the rewards are fine, I'm sorry, you're just being delusional, man. The rewards are extremely mid, bro. 25 pulls for an anniversary update is hot garbage. It is absolutely terrible. Like, I don't think anybody can defend that. Of course, some people are gonna defend it, but you know, to say that it's not bad, you're just coping, bro. And it was really funny to see a lot of people in the chat there were a lot. When I say a lot of Hoyo shows in there saying, hey, you guys deserve this. This is what you guys get. This community is so toxic, man. I'm not even talking about, you know, the woo community or the getcha community. It's just the gotcha community in general, man. It's so toxic how we are literally like praying, like we're praying for these games down, like we're praying for the downfall for these games simply because we want the community to suffer. We want the community to not have a good time with these games. It's like at the end of the day, man, this is a damn video game. All right, people play these games to enjoy them, and you know, if people are disappointed because their expectations weren't met, to go out, to go in a live chat and to spam, this is what you get, this is what you deserve. It's like, come on, man. Because if Kurobots were doing the same exact thing to Hoyo shows, it will be a problem. They'll be like, oh my gosh, the Kuro community, the Woo community is toxic. It's like, come on. It's just this back and forth is just extremely childish, man. We need to watch these live streams and stop trying to like go out and hunt down other games, hunt down other communities while we watching this live stream. Like while I was watching the Woo live stream, was I going to like Genshin Reddit, HSR Reddit saying, haha, this is what you guys get. Yeah, our game is better. No, like it's just childish, bro. It's childish. It really is. But I just want to talk about that part. And of course, there are some people who are literally defending this, saying, like when it comes to rewards, like I saw somebody in the chat saying, hey, you know, people need to stop being greedy, right? They need to stop being greedy when it comes to these rewards. And it's like, buddy, you're playing a gacha game. The main content is you pulling for these characters. That is the main content. And for an anniversary update for a gacha game, if all they're giving you is 25 pulls, what does that tell you? You can't say the players are greedy because they're expecting the developers to give them free pulls in a gacha game where the main content is you summoning for these new characters. Like, that's just disingenuous. It really is, bro. But that's my take, guys. That's my whole take on the whole thing. I think the update is a solid 6 out of 10. If you're gonna say that the entire update is trash solely because of the rewards, I don't think that's a good take. But if you say, yeah, man, the rewards are terrible, I agree with that 100%. The rewards are terrible. They're just completely garbage. But when it comes to the content in the game itself, optimization, new events, co-op event, stuff like that, it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. You know, the cube event is just adorable. It could be a lot better, but it's adorable. You know, it's alright. It's cool. New glider skin, that's fine. You know, it's cool. For an anniversary patch, it's cool. I think Zani looks really cool. The combat, everything about her gameplay looks really nice. I'm excited for that character. Chikona also looks cool as well. Her gameplay looks really nice. The fact that she can inflict Spectral Frazzle and Arrow. Like, how are we going to skip this character, guys? How? Like, because we already know, man, Zani is who we're all going to go for. But the fact that Chikona is going to be really, really good with Arrow Rover, it's like, how can you skip a character that can inflict Spectral Frazzle and that's pretty much going to help Arrow Rover pretty much like convert Spectral Frazzle to Arrow Erosion? Like, how can you skip a character like that, you know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, the free Chikona really would have been nice for Arrow Rover, but it sucks. It really does suck. And I thought that she was going to be free because of her design, but these leaks just made everything worse. They really did make everything worse. And, you know, hopefully you guys learned a lesson. When it comes to these leaks, man, you can look at the gameplay, but when it comes to free rewards, when it comes to free 5-star characters, ignore these leaks. Ignore them. Take them with a huge, not even take them with a huge grain of salt. Just ignore them, because these AI voice channels, they're just there just to get money. They're just there just for clout. Ignore these channels because they're here to just spread misinformation just to get views. So just completely ignore these leaks. You can look at gameplay. You can look at future upcoming characters. That's fine. But when it comes to rewards, you're going to disappoint yourself. You really are. You're just going to set yourself up for disappointment, because if the developers don't meet these expectations that these leaks are, you know, spreading, like if these leaks are spreading around misinformation and the developers don't actually give you a free 5-star character, then you're just going to hate the game even more. You know what I'm saying? So just ignore these leaks. It's just making everything worse. But once again, that's my take, guys. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below about this anniversary patch. But overall, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll be catching you guys soon. Adios.